Do Hollywood, Hollywood, the nimble urban survivor, and I'm your host, Nick Cutelli. I'm neat. That's all I got, guys. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Nimble Urban Survivor podcast. I'm your host, Nick Cutelli. Hope you're having a good day, good month, good year, good something. Today's topic didn't get submitted, but it caught my eye on LinkedIn. And today's topic is going to be how to survive celebrity. That's right, those famous actors and musicians and all those people panhandling. Okay. And I saw this because I was on LinkedIn and I heard that there's a new app that just came out called Fanvestor. And Fanvestor, I guess, is kind of like a InvestMe app in celebrities. So if you have like a favorite celebrity or something, like if you like the Jonas Brothers, you can give them money so that they can have their next big concert so they can make millions and millions of dollars. It's like GoFundMe, but specifically you're giving celebrities money so that they can make more money, which doesn't make sense to me. I mean, are the celebrities, I know that they're not making like multi-million, billion dollars that much anymore. They're just making like regular millions. So I guess I can see where they're getting a little bit upset. But I mean, do they really have to go after their fans for more money? Because I get it, back in like the 80s and 90s, a lot of TV and movie stars, they were making like tons of money. And then, musicians were making, if you were a one-hit wonder, I mean, you were set for life. But then I guess, what obviously happened is back in the day, you had like one hit song and you'd sell it on a CD where the other 10 songs were probably not that good, but you sold the CD for $20. So you were literally selling a hit wonder song for $20. But now with iTunes and all of that, people can just buy a song for like $1.25 and not have to buy the rest of the crummy album. And even with actors, I mean, actors aren't really getting paid as much as they used to anymore because, there's a lot of streaming stuff and you're not getting those big paydays like you did for like network television and things like that, which I don't really care about that. Because, at the end of the day, like you're getting to make a TV show. The money should just be like the cherry on top. Making the TV show, that's the cool thing. That's the artistic thing. And I think a lot of these artists have gotten lost in the idea of it's not about the money, it's about the art. But now it's all about the money. And with this app, I guess you can give actors money to create a TV show. But then again, the weird thing is you're not like an investor in the TV show, which is, crazy to me. So you're literally giving them money so they can keep doing what they're doing. But yet, are they giving you money? No, they're not. Which kind of brings me to my next point. I guess the analogy I would use for this is that I hate when celebrities charge for autographs. Because, I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a regular old dad. But I would never charge anybody for an autograph. If you're a fan of my show and you listen to my show and you like my show and you see me on the street, or if I ever got invited to some sort of convention or something and you wanted to get my autograph and a picture with me, I would never charge you any money at all. Any money at all. I wouldn't even do it, even if they're like, well, it's going towards a charity. I'd be like, that's fine. But it's not fair to the fans. Because to me, that's kind of like your fans are the ones who made you. They supported you. They made you famous. And then it's like you're giving them a punch in the gut, pulling their wallet out of their back pocket, and just taking all of the money out of it. I mean, I went to a Walking Dead convention one time in Chicago, which is a convention just for Walking Dead, and I was amazed at how much money celebrities were charging for an autograph in the picture. And the cheapest one I found was, I think it was Denise Crosby. Remember, she was in Star Trek. Remember, she quit after like the first 3 episodes because she thought the show was going to tank. She played, I think, Tasha Yar. Cost me $40 to get an autograph and a picture with her. And I thought that was ridiculous. I think charging for autographs is insane. It's stupid. These fans, they're the ones who made you. You should be doing all that pro bono, you know. It's kind of like the new Cameo app that just came out. I don't know if you've heard about Cameo, but if you go to cameo.com or you download the Cameo app, you can pay celebrities money to give you, I guess, like a shout out on social media. Like if you want to wish somebody like a happy birthday, I guess you could pay the guy who played the brother from Everybody Loves Raymond to just sit in his living room, get on his phone, and literally just tape like a 5 to 10 second happy birthday video and then charge you like $300 for that. Which is, I think that's ridiculous. I think that's insane. How much money is enough money for these celebrities? And in reality, it's not even just celebrities. Even like TikTok stars and social media people are like getting in on this because now you've got, what is that, Patreon and OnlyFans. OnlyFans is kind of like somebody took the idea of like Cinemax softcore porn and we're like, how do we make this an internet thing? Because that's what OnlyFans is. If you don't know what OnlyFans is, it's like you can see like your famous TikTok people and then you can see like their after dark pictures on their OnlyFans where they dress up in something scandalous and you just have to pay a small fee and you can see me in a bikini or Speedo dancing around. But that's really what OnlyFans is it's like a softcore porn version of a social media star. That's really weird. And then Patreon is like another thing of like, give me money for hidden content. So it'd be like, for example, if like I had like the Nimble Urban Survivor and then I had like the special Nimble Urban Survivor content that you had to pay for. That's kind of what Patreon is. So now it's almost like celebrities are turning into like an a la carte thing. It's like you can see my TV show online. If you want to see me naked, go to my OnlyFans, and you can also pay to see me do other bonus content on my Patreon. So money, 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 money. Where does it end? I guess is what I'm really wanting to know. Because here's the problem, guys. Let's talk about this. Because the topic of today's show is obviously going to be how to survive celebrity panhandling, because I'm starting to see that it's becoming a bigger epidemic. And if that continues, what's going to happen is we're going to have an economical, world collapse event, as we always do on this show. Because think of it like this. The celebrities, they're going to drain their fans of all of their money, right? Because we're going to be paying them for cameos. We're going to be giving them money to do their concerts and their TV shows and all that. So all the fans are going to go broke, right? And then they're going to starve to death because they're not going to be able to, buy food, and they're going to get kicked out of their apartments because, they can't pay their rent. They're going to be living on the streets. So we're going to see kind of like a great celebrity depression of sorts is what's going to happen here. And then what's going to happen is the celebrities are then going to start consuming each other and hitting each other up for money. And then they're all going to go broke. And then what's going to happen is there's going to be, I guess, like whatever, the strongest celebrity who panhandled the best will become like the most rich man on the planet Earth, while the rest of everyone is going through an economic depression because they invested all of their money. It's almost like a big Ponzi scheme, It's like, what was it, Nadar murder? I forget the guy, Nadak, whatever his name was in New York, who screwed all those people out of their money. Kind of the same scenario here, but kind of on a global entertainment scale. And then what will happen is people are going to get smart and they're going to stop paying the celebrities money. The celebrities are going to stop performing. It's going to cause a lot of depression. So now we've got people that are not only depressed, but they're also broke. Because, they're broke. They can't give the celebrities money. The celebrities are pissed off because you're not giving them free money to do their shows, so they stop performing out of spite. And now we have a whole population on Earth of just depressed, broke people. And how do we get out of that? I don't know. But we have to make sure that that doesn't happen, because this epidemic is growing. And we need to do something about it. So how do we survive celebrity panhandling before we just, the world collapses? It kind of reminds me of like those religious, weird pastors, or I can't pronounce them, the priests that are on the TV and they're constantly asking for money. And then you see that they live in like a huge mansion and they're wearing gold rings and they're wearing a $10,000 suit. And people are just giving them money. And I feel like the celebrities have like taken on that idea. And they're like, well, if this like guy who's, a religious guy is getting all this money, why can't I get that money too? And that's what's happening. So how do we survive that? Well, I think step number one is there's an old saying, if you can't beat them, join them. Us fans are going to have to turn the table and become celebrities. Now, I know what you're thinking. How am I going to become a celebrity, Nick? Well, I think we've come up with a pretty good solution here, how you can become a celebrity, the quickest route possible. Because obviously we can't all be like big movie stars because we're all not actors, and we can't be all big, podcasting people because we're not podcasters. But what's the one thing now where you can get famous for literally nothing? That's right. It's called social media. So step one is create a social media account. And don't use your own account. Create a brand new account. And I would specifically just I would focus on Instagram. I think Instagram right now is the only platform where people can actually get famous. I don't think you can get famous on Facebook. Twitter's very political. I think Donald Trump has trumped Facebook. But Instagram, man, that's where people can get famous. That's where you can get in Hollywood. Getting famous. So step one, get famous. On Instagram, create a cool poppy name. Don't use your real name. Create a character name. I always find something with the number 69 in it really helps. Or like emojis. People see like a big smiley face or a winking piece of poop and they're like, dude, that guy's going somewhere. So that's what you want to do on Instagram is create an account. Create a character. Because we want you to get famous, right? And then the next thing you want to do, well, I feel like there's like two ways to get famous on Instagram. One is if you're gorgeous, like if you have a beautiful body, man or woman, just wear like a Speedo or a bikini and dance around. I'm not going to lie, you'll probably have like 1 million followers by the end of this sentence. But as you know, we're not all gorgeous people, and we don't all have time for plastic surgery. If you do have money for plastic surgery, then I would say in step 1B, get the liposuction, get the surgery, get into the gym, get super fit, look awesome, slap on a Speedo or a bikini, dance in front of Instagram, boom, you're a celebrity. Now, if you're not like the rest of us and you can't do that, then let's move on to step 2, something dynamic. Because nowadays, that's how you get famous, which is really sad, is you just got to do something dynamic, like jump off the roof of your house into a pool. I find that hitting your nuts, I feel like that's really popular. Guys just like hit their nuts with random things like a bowling ball or a picture frame or an urn of their grandma's ashes. Something dramatic like that. Because that's what the people want. Which is kind of sad because in reality, because I know some of you are thinking right now, they're like, well, I could like go on there and like try and push like world peace or end world hunger or something like that. Nobody on social media cares about those kind of issues. I could go on social media today and give like the perfect formula for curing cancer and probably like every disease on the planet and be like, here's the formula, ABC, done, planet saved, boom, mic drop. But the sad part about it is no one would care. And I'd probably just get like 10 views on that. But if I pulled out my dick and I pulled it into a vacuum cleaner and I was like, let's set this baby to warp 10, engage, I could probably get 20,000 views within the first couple of minutes. That's the sad reality of that. So that's how you do, and that's how you got to get famous on social media, is you got to come up with something dramatic. Set the tone. You're a crazy, wild, you're fighting the man kind of celebrity, right? So we're on our way to like getting famous, which brings me to step 3, be controversial. And this is a weird thing I find. It's really funny because back in the day, like celebrities like in the 40s and the 50s and things like that, they were elegant, they were beautiful, they were going out to fine dining. There was etiquette. They were always dressed up in suits. But now it's like we love the celebrities who are like, filthy, dirty, controversial, They're in the news for bad things like blowing up, cactuses and, having snail fights in their backyard that they gamble on. It's weird that negative news is the good news. So that's the route you're going to have to go. Is you have to kind of be controversial. You have to be kind of a diva. If your fans comment on it, you have to go after them. You have to be the controversial celebrity because people love that. You're going to want to make like outrageous claims, like such as like the Nazis made the earth flat or the sun is operated by like a liberal battery or something. Just make like these outrageous claims and people will just be like sucked to it like ants on sugar. Okay. Which brings me to step 4 is just got to keep that going. And I would say you have to keep that going probably 10 times every hour on the hour, 5 days a week. No, let's say 7 days a week for at least a month. And by the end of that, you should at least hit, if not micro influencer status, you'll hit, regular influencer status. All right. So you'll be somewhat famous, which brings me to step 5, fight the power. Because now when you've reached like this micro influencer status, what's going to happen is you might have companies come after you and want you to, push their products and they're going to pay you money. And it's very tempting. It's very tempting. You might get sucked into the money, but here's what I want you to do is be humble. And right now, as you're listening to this, I want you to take out a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write like a time capsule note to yourself. I don't know if you ever did that when you were in like kindergarten and then you open it up when you're like 36 and you had all these like big dreams when you were in kindergarten and then you read them when you're 36 and you're like, oh my God, I didn't even come close to any of those. Also, I can barely still spell my name right. My handwriting has not improved in almost 30 years. But I want you to write a letter to yourself and just remind yourself that when you become a star, stay humble. It's not about the money. Remember, it's about the Nimble Urban Survivor, How Do We Survive Panhandling by Celebrities episode. And that's what I want you to remember. Don't get sucked into the money. Don't be like one of those guys who go undercover in the mafia and then become part of the mafia. Because that's what can happen here. This is a very important thing because once that money and the offers start coming in, it's very easy to take it. And remember, this is the most important step because we're going to fight the man. This is where you're going to turn the money down. Okay? It's kind of like a hitman for the mafia. He's not a made man. He's not a soldier. He's kind of just utility that they would pay to go and take out people. But then at some point, the hitman goes to a sit down and they offer him $50,000 to kill someone. And he says no. He says, no, I don't want this $50,000. He pushes the big stack of cash back and he says, I want the respect. And that's what you got to do here. You got to get the respect because you're going to use that respect to put the system on trial and show the other celebrities that you will not take money for pushing products to make your fans buy, and you will not charge your fans for autographs, which takes me to step 6, the autograph-a-thon, which is something you're going to have to set up yourself, okay? And you can do this in your, local neighborhood or something. If you have a church or, if there's like an Elks Lodge or something like that, just set up like a big autograph thing for yourself and let all of your followers know completely free. Completely free autographs. Hashtag, I don't panhandle my fans. And you see what I did there? Yeah, that's the start of the revolution of the celebrity panhandling. Because now you've set the tone. You don't charge for autographs or pictures or things like that. And then other celebrities are going to have to follow suit because their PR people are going to be like, oh my God, we look terrible because we're, panhandling all of our fans. We need to be like, John Smith or Nick Cutelli. And here's the thing, guys. We have to do this together. I can't do this on my own. You can't do this on your own. We have to come together and all become influencer celebrities and turn down the money and not charge our fans for autographs and start a revolution. Which brings me to the last and final step, which I believe is step 7, and that is the revolution. I don't know why we always have to say revolution in a French accent. You never hear it in a Canadian accent. You know, it's never like, hey, we're going to be starting a revolution, eh? No, we're going to start the revolution. And we're going to let the celebrities know that we will not charge the fans money for shout-outs or autographs. I mean, you can tell by the dramatic tone of my voice. And then hopefully by then we can fight this so that the next time you're at a convention and you want to get an autograph of, from a guy that was in 3 episodes of The Walking Dead, he's not going to charge you $60 for it. He'll just do it for free, which in reality is insane. It's like if you were in 3 episodes of a show and nobody knows who you are, why are you charging like $60 for your autograph? Like, I'm not going to lie, if I was in 3 episodes of The Walking Dead and I was at a convention, I would be paying people just to take my autograph, just so I could feel like I was important. But it was amazing to me, though, because, even if you go, I think you guys should, check out Cameo.com, because there's, a few big-name celebrities on there, but there's also a lot of just, D-list celebrities, reality star celebrities who want money for their own personal shout-out. And I guess they must be doing good, because I see there's, reviews and things like that. And I actually was very, very tempted. I'm not going to lie, guys. You're going to hate me for this, but I was very tempted to pay one of them to do a shout-out to my parents, just because I thought it would be really funny. But then I was like, no. I don't want to be part of the problem. I want to be part of the solution. And here's the thing. I would be okay with Cameo if you got something out of it. If you were a company or something, let's say a small business operating out of your garage, and you paid one of the celebrities to endorse your coffee or whatever you're making, that I get. But here's the really funny thing, and I'm going to use this guy as an example because he came across as a real dick when I was looking at Cameo.com, is the guy who was in that episode of Seinfeld who played the soup Nazi. You guys know who I'm talking about. The no soup for you. So he's on Cameo. And that was literally the only thing I'd ever seen that guy in. That was his one-hit wonder thing of the 90s was I was the soup Nazi. I had 10 lines in the episode. The only other thing I ever saw him in, I think, was an episode of Scrubs, where he literally just played the actor who played the guy who was the soup Nazi. But then this is what really prompted me to do this episode of Nimble Urban Survivor, is the soup Nazi actor specifically says, number one, if you want him to, his base fee, I think it was $60. If you want a hello or a hi or a birthday message from the soup Nazi, it's $60. If you want him to actually dress up in a chef's jacket and be the character from Seinfeld, the only character that we know, the only thing that he's somewhat famous for, he wanted, I think, $80 to $100. And then the best was he put in there that he will not endorse any products. He will not support your cause or your nothing. If you wanted him to say ooh, I really like drinking Nick Cutelli's coffee, you would have to pay him hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it just goes to show, it's Jesus, you had one little line, one little character in one episode, of an amazing show. But the ego on this guy, no soup for you. Jeez. So that really rubbed me the wrong way, because in reality, he should be doing the Cameo for $5. But, I digress. Guys, that's our time for today's episode. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. And, we got a little serious. We got a little emotional today. But I think it's an important thing, because this really does bother me. This really does bother me that celebrities, number one, they charge ridiculous amounts of money to their fans for autographs and pictures. I mean, that's all Comic-Con really is give us all of your hard-earned money, because obviously we need it, even though we're making millions of dollars being in these movies and these TV shows and creating these things. But let me sucker punch my fans and get more money out of them. And it really bothers me. And it really bothers me that new app came out to where you can now give money to celebrities so they can go off and do like shows and concerts and make tons of cash off of that. Like if I have to pay you to perform, that's I don't know, that's terrible. Unless I'm like running a comedy club or something like that. Like why are we hitting up, why are they hitting up their fans for cash? It just really rubs me the wrong way. And I'm going to tell you guys this right now. If I ever became famous in any kind of way, and I ever like asked you for money for an autograph or a cameo or whatever, I want you to just slap me across the face and remind me of this episode and be like, Nick, I listened to that episode of Nimble Urban Survivor. Like, you're so full of shit. What happened to you? You got in too deep. Because I'm saying it right here, guys. I will never charge for an autograph ever. And the last time I gave autographs, I'll tell you this story really quick, is back I was in St. Louis in 2006, 2007, and I was doing children's theater. I would sign autographs for the kids after the show. I wouldn't use my real name. I'd use my character name, which was fun. But, I didn't charge for autographs then to those kindergartners or those elementary school kids. And I tell you not, that I will not charge autographs today, tomorrow, ever. Because it's not fair to the fans. It's not fair to the people who watch my content, who listen to my show, who help me build my brand and get to the top. So why would I want to turn around and shit on them and ask for more money out of their pockets? It's just not right. I don't agree with it. All right, guys. I know I got a little emotional there, but I really do believe in this. How much money is enough money for these people? But guys, thank you for listening. I hope you have a good day, good month, good year, good whatever. Remember, if you want to be a fan or a guest or you have a topic you want to talk about on the Nimble Urban Survivor, let me know. It's completely free to do. I won't charge you. You can contact me through my website at www.cutellicomedy.com. Guys, I know you have a lot of amazing podcasts out there to listen to, so I really appreciate my fans. I love my fans. And I appreciate that you guys take the time to listen to my show. So remember, guys, you don't have to pay to listen to this show. This show is free. I won't be creating a fans only or a Patreon. Thanks for listening, guys. And remember, survive out there.